The Waycross City Commission meeting is now called to order. At this time, we stand for our invocation and with our pledge of allegiance. The word of the Lord coming from the book of Matthew chapter 6, starting at verse 9, ending at verse 13, has our invocation and prayer within it. After this manner, therefore, pray ye. Let us pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Let us look to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As we take our seats tonight, I'll ask if our clerk, do we have any guests?
No guests tonight.
No guests tonight, no decorum to be read. Commissioner, if you will look at the agenda for tonight, and I will entertain a motion to receive this agenda as being approved. We have a motion to approve the agenda from our Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from our Commissioner Tompkins. Having heard that, if there are no questions or comments, we'll move into voting. All in favor, if you please raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners raised their right hand in approval of the agenda. We will move forward. Madam Clerk, do we have any public remarks on official actions tonight?
No, we don't. Not tonight.
None at all. Okay. At this time, then, Commission, we have on our agenda the appointment of our Waycross Ware County Planning Commission board member, and that commissioner has already been on the board and wants to be renewed. That name is Mrs. Eunice Dixon. With that, I need a motion to make that appointment.
May I offer a motion to approve Ms. Dixon?
There's a motion from our Mayor Pro Tem that we approve Ms. Eunice Dixon as a board member of the Waycross Ware County Planning Commission. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from our Commissioner Sanders. With that, any discussion or comments concerning Ms. Dixon? Hearing none, we'll move into voting. All in favor, if you please raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have raised their right hand in approval of Ms. Eunice Dixon serving as a commissioner for the Waycross Ware County Planning Commission representing the city of Waycross. At this time, we will move to our next executive duty, and that is our Kennedy L. Sanders Award.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have 3 recipients tonight. We have 2 present. Hopefully the third one makes it. I'm going to say a few things to tie it all together with everybody, and then we're going to bring them up individually for a presentation, and then we'll do a group photo with all 3 groups if the third person arrives. So last night we talked about community involvement and those who have the ability to help others, helping others for various reasons, whether it be mentorship, coaching, house renovation, which is the main one, and definitely our population that does not have the ability to help themselves. So we are very thankful for these groups, and although we asked for additional volunteers last night, we want to make sure that the community knows we ought to have groups out here doing the work. This includes the groups we recognize tonight, but our churches and other groups that do the work as well. So last night's plea was to unify everybody together and be more focused together moving forward. But these 3 groups today have been doing the work for quite some time, and like again, we're very thankful for all the help that they've done. In that theme, the first we're going to recognize Rebuilding Together. Now, Rebuilding Together has many different names. I think we got the Christmas in July program. Sometimes we call them housing habitat. We call them many things in the past, not knowing fully what they've been doing, well, as far as the names. But they've done a lot of great work, and I've been here 4 years, but they've been doing this great work for over 20 years. So if you do a little bit of math, And hope I don't mess this up. A little bit of math. I know the target is always 10 homes a year, 20 years. That's a lot of dang homes when you look at it. And they do a lot of different things with the homes. You know, as far as general repairs. Sometimes I think they went as far as doing extensive repairs. Definitely after the hurricane happened, there were another group. They was engaged with helping Red Cross kind of recover. So again, we're very thankful for them. And that being said, I will ask that Mr. Shepard and Mr. Holland please come forward and be recognized for your contributions. Right in the front, gentlemen, all the way in front of the pennant there. Yes, sir, thank you.
The Kennedy L. Sanders Outstanding Citizen Achievement Award is presented to Rebuilding Together in recognition of your exceptional service to Waycross Ware County community. And through your mission of repairing and restoring homes, you have provided hope, dignity, and security to low-income elderly and permanently disabled residents, helping them remain warm, safe, and dry, and independent. Your dedication has strengthened our community and improved the lives of countless neighbors. Awarded this day, the Waycross City Commission, this 16th day of June 2026. And I want to make sure that you hold this and the Kennedy L. Sanders spike. This is spike number 53. And so as you look toward the camera, they're going to take a good picture of it.
Right here. I believe 1, 2, 3.
And then right here. One more time.
She got some bad lighting.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. We appreciate everything that you do.
Next, Mr. Mayor, we're going to recognize Principal Coach Garrison at the Alpha Center, Alpha Academy. Now, his contributions to being the outstanding citizen and resident that he is a little different from the previous acknowledgement. Coach runs the Alpha Center school where we trying to turn around those young people who sometimes get distracted and get lost. He came in with an entirely different approach this year that I can firsthand speak on, as many of you have volunteered there as well, spoke to the children there, and his efforts, I think, are really moving our children, probably our most precious economy, forward as far as our great city of Waycross. So it's a quick summary. Like I said, he's the principal there. He has mentors from across the community that come speak to those individuals. He's assigned mentors with some of his more challenging individuals, and then we try to do our best to work with them and stay with them, and it's making all of us better. He additionally reaches out, have them doing community projects where they have come do some cleanup for some of our more elderly citizens, incorrect word, our more seasoned citizens in the community, helping them, and then showing those young people again about community service, and then that carries forward. So with that said, we're going to ask Principal Coach Garrison to please come forward with his family. If they would like to come forward, family. I should have said that. Family. All right. Yes, sir. All right.
Well, Coach, we want to make sure that you hear me read pretty clearly here. The Kennedy L. Sanders Outstanding Citizen Achievement Award presented to Hildred Garrison, Specialist in Education, Administrator in Ware County Academy. In recognition of your outstanding commitment to the students of Ware County Alpha Center, your dedication, leadership, and belief in the potential of every student have inspired hope, fostered growth, and empowered young people to overcome challenges, to achieve success, and build brighter futures. We're going to award this to you today from the Waycross City Commission, this 16th day of June 2026, with my signature put on the side to let you know I appreciate everything that you do. God bless you, man of God. And you have number 54, despite, to keep it together.
Right here. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioner Sands. And our last group, they did arrive, so we're going to recognize them as well. And this is the Hood Help Ministry, and I have personal interaction with them as well. And again, all three groups recognized tonight have made a very impactful commitment to our community. Like I say, some people talk the talk, they talk it and walk it on all three groups. This particular group, much like Rebuilding Together, they go around and do a mix of things, from home repair, home cleanup, toy giveaway, just a host of mentorship, just a host of things. And I've personally worked alongside them, as well as Coach Garrison, Principal Garrison, worked alongside them. And this was the first group, as I mentioned last night. We reached out for volunteers that stepped up to help us out. And so we're going to recognize them for their contribution tonight. They're led by Mr. Medlock, who just walked in his group. And and again, much like Rebuilding Together, they've been doing this for a long time. Particularly this group that we burnt out the first 2 years of my employment here. So they got a little bit of rest, and they're back on the job again, trying to better the community. So again, we want to recognize these gentlemen. If you will step forward, please, gentlemen. Y'all can please in the center. Let's go a little bit in the center. Let's go a little bit more.
Well, I guess I'll get in the middle.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read out the Kennedy L. Sanders Outstanding Citizen Achievement Award, presented to the Hood Help Ministries, volunteers making a difference one neighborhood at a time. The City of Waycross proudly recognizes Hood Help Ministries for your commitment to improving our community through volunteer service. Your selfless efforts in assisting with neighborhood cleanup volunteers can make Waycross City Commission this 16th day of June 2020.
Legend.
If y'all would hold that, we're going to take a picture with you before y'all disappear.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioner, before y'all sit down, Mr. Mayor, Commissioner, before y'all sit down, Mr. Mayor, before y'all sit down,
Mr. Mayor.
can we have all three teams come up
Yeah.
for the group photo, please? They will be joined by the entire commission. So, Commissioner, would you come down too and join the pictures? And again, as we move forward to take this group photo, we want to just recognize these great group of individuals serving as a team. They are really impacting Waycross, and again, they did provide service during the hurricane that was fundamental to our recovery of our great city. If we can squeeze in a little bit, just to make it the
If
camera
you
work.
bring all the certificates in the center, I want to put. Yeah. Come on closer, Chief. Yeah. Are you happy? Okay.
Ready on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Very good. At this time, we'll now move to the next portion of our agenda, and that will be our official reports. Our first reports will be given by our city's manager, Mr. Duke Rayford.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, infrastructure remains ongoing with investments into the city to include our street improvement program as far as our dirt street and our pavement streets, our drainages, and our canal improvement. I will say, I always look forward to our canals being tested. If you all can recall, 3 years ago, if we'd had any little bit of rain, there would have been mass flooding in a lot of locations. And again, I want to recognize our public works. The rain that has happened over the last 4 days, it's been some inches, and the problem is when it comes so fast. But after their hard work, cleaning the canals, some of our utilities improvements, that Lee Avenue improvement really opened up the capacity for the canal there, so that was a great improvement. But I want to recognize that great, just the great work of public works, because that really is helping us out right now as we have these rainy conditions. Next, Mr. Mayor, the budget and financial operations. Of course, the budget got approved, and we're going to do our best to use the taxpayers' dollars in a meaningful and impactful way and not a wasteful way. It's always the goal, so we're great about that. We can remain committed to essential services. I know we discussed yesterday about some of the Senate bills and some of the potentials that could happen with new directions, but rest assured, the city gets prepared for either direction that happens above us. We always provide quality service to our residents. Community improvement and organizational vision, Mr. Mayor, we just recognized some of our great citizens here today about improving the community. And again, in theme with our former First Lady about this being a community solution, Mrs. Obama, she stressed, so we're trying to keep in that theme. And like I said, we're just proud of all of our volunteers that some recognize today, but there are many others that got it every day and do the work of making our community better. And hopefully we can get everybody rowing the same direction at the same time, and I think we're going to have a great outcome at that point. So again, we thank our great citizens contributing to making Waycross better. With that, Mr. Mayor, the zone work remains the same, zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. Streets and Dirt Roads program. So you will begin the brief, as you know now, July 7th. After that briefing, during that brief, you'll get a visual. You can see all the input data that program brings to the table. After that, we will compile the new list, and then hopefully on August 1st, if everything goes correctly with the reprioritization, we'll start doing those roads in that new order. You can see that. This is the old list. I'm going to remove this slide after this meeting here, since after this we will have a new list of streets and roads. Once if and when you approve the new matrix system for those roads, then we will do a town hall specifically explaining that prioritization program to our residents. To be online, and we plan to conduct it at the City Auditorium. Collaboration projects ongoing. I met with a citizen today as well with Commissioner Nelson, one of his constituents, and I just want to say we appreciate talking to citizens when we can, face to face, if possible, to get some shared understanding. Because in a lot of cases, some of the responsibilities and some of the roles are not clearly understand about who does what as far as the community. I think we achieved a lot of that today with shared understanding, and we're going to keep pushing that forward. I bring that up because of GDOT. As we know, a lot of residents don't understand the state-maintained road and the city-maintained road, and we're going to do a better job of explaining that moving forward. These are ongoing cases. Community improvement is doing a great job. As I mentioned last night, right now the goal of the city is to revamp the animal management program part of the codes department. Once the commission makes a decision on how they want to go forward with that, as we talked about chipping, registration, and then fee increases for multiple violations, then we'll move on to the other aspects of code enforcement. So just to make sure that's clear. So we did not forget about it. We're just trying to do one thing at a time to make sure we got these different parts of the code correct. All right, this is your monthly May finance. I should have the June and the end of year finance report here soon by our great finance department doing that great works. And again, this is explaining our city taxes, where they come from, where they go, how much has been collected, and what we do with it. And for those who attended the meeting tonight, 75% of your dollars on your taxes go to our people services. People being police, fire, public works, water and sewer, support staff, myself, city clerk, city attorney, providing essential services to our residents. So we're asking that our residents look at it that way versus just a property tax, because that property tax is paying for the quality service. This is a way to stay connected. And last night, I left this another part of this slide out. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask the Mr. Simmons to do a separate briefing on how to sign up for everything. I see we still have some, I guess we need more clarity on what you're signing for exactly. I will say, if I had to prioritize this to the residents, I would say download the app. Go ahead and download the app on your cell phones. Go to the website, Civics Plus, then get into the text, call, email platform, and from those two alone, you will stay connected with the city. And then visit our website as much as you can. But we will do a separate briefing for that moving forward. That way, all of our residents understand how to stay in the loop with the city. And with that, Mr. Mayor, that completes my report.
Very good. We thank the city manager for the report that he has presented to us, and that brings me to my report. I have a couple of things, one of which happens to be our Juneteenth celebration that will take place this coming weekend on the 19th, and it starts at Bailey Street and will be from 12 to about 2 in the afternoon, I believe it is. So if you will be free to come out and enjoy yourselves, I think the time frame will also open up the doorways for vendors to come free of charge, and there will be various other entertainment and activities out in that area. And again, that is on Bailey Street. Then the other announcement comes from our dais that reminds us of our 24 dinner, the 24 under 24. And this will be June 28th, and it's from 6 to 8 at the city auditorium. And single tickets are $50, and for a table of 8, $320. So that is those two announcements, and now at this time we'll hear our city's clerk with our consent calendar.
Mr. Mayor, the consent calendar, approval of minutes, Waycross City Commission Planning and Information Session, Monday, May 4th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Waycross City Commission meeting Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Waycross City Commission Planning and Information Session, Monday, May 18th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Waycross City Commission Budget Public Hearing, May 19th, 2026 at 3:30 p.m. Waycross City Commission meeting, May 19th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Waycross City Commission Plan and Information Session, Monday, June 1st, 2026 at 5 p.m. There are no ordinance second readings tonight, no privilege license renewals. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioner, you have heard the consent calendar read by our city's clerk. What is your pleasure?
Open the motion, we approve the consent calendar, Mr. Mayor.
We have a motion from our Mayor Pro Tem to approve the consent calendar. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from our Commissioner Tompkins. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have raised their right hand in approval of the consent calendar. At this time, Madam Clerk.
There are no privilege license tonight.
Okay,
Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
thank you, ma'am. So with that, we'll look for our bids, and we'll call for our procurement officer, Ms. Mamie Jackson.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. Purchasing has 2 items before you this evening. The first one is for our annual contract for oil and lubricants for our fleet vehicles and heavy equipment. We received 4 bids, and of those bids, Boswell Oil was the best and lowest bid out of Waycross, Georgia. We are asking that the Commission approve this bid so we can begin this contract beginning July 1.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson, with that, Commissioner, you've heard the bid regarding the purchasing for Boswell Oil of Waycross. What is your pleasure?
Open the motion, Mr. Mayor, we approve the bid.
Mayor Pro Tem has given us our motion for approving this bid. Is there a second? Second. We have a second from Commissioners Roberts and Nelson. And any questions or comments regarding this bid? Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have approved this bid.
The second item before the Commission is the annual contract for our pest control. We actually received a total of 7 bids for this contract, And of those bids, the best and lowest bid came from Sunbelt Termite and Pest Control out of Alma, Georgia. We're asking that the commission approve this bid so that we can begin this contract also starting July 1.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Commissioner, you've heard the bid regarding Sunbelt Termite Pest Control. What is your pleasure?
Move to approve.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Motion for approval from Commissioner Sanders and seconded by our Mayor Pro Tem. Any questions or comments regarding this pest control bid? Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have agreed, and the bid is approved.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, the ordinances for tonight. The first one is an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Waycross, Georgia, to amend the charter of the City of Waycross to delete Section 7, revision, certain offices continued, Sections 10-57-10-85, reserved Division 2, Animal Control Board, Section 18-25, selection of firefighters, Selection 18-2, tampering with fire hydrants, Section 28, Health Department reference, no longer applicable, Section 30, City Physician, outdated structure, Section 39, Police powers generally obsolete, Section 40, Liquor Control, subseded by state law, Section 50, Quarantine Authority, now governed by state federal law, Section 61, Reinstatement, Guardhouse, Section 62, Mayor issuing arrest warrants, no longer applicable, Section 65, Pensions handling under modern system policies, Section 75, Street Railroads, no longer locally relevant, Section 75, Sanitary Tax, outdated funding mechanism, and Section 132, Revision, City Marshal, generally collection of taxes to provide for codification, to provide for renumbering or relettering, to provide for severability, to provide for effective date, for other purposes. By adopting this resolution, the City Commission will provide the removal of obsolete sections from the city charter. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioner, you've heard the ordinance of the City Commission's code to be amended by deletions and getting rid of any obsolete old text. What is your pleasure?
Move for approval, Mr. Mayor.
We have a motion for approval
Second,
by our
Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Nelson, seconded by our Mayor Pro Tem. Any questions or comments regarding these ordinances? Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have raised their right hand in approval of this ordinance amendment. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, the second ordinance, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Waycross, Georgia, to amend the charter of the city, to amend Section 18, subsection B of the city charter as to when persons can address the City Commission, to provide for codification, to provide for renumbering or relettering, to provide for severability, to provide for effective date, and for other purposes. By adopting this ordinance, the City Commission will approve the changes to the city charter, Section 18, subsection B, allowing for only City of Waycross residents and business owners to address the commission in open and called meetings, as well as city work sessions. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commission, you have heard the ordinance read by our city's clerk. What is your pleasure?
Move for approval, Mr. Mayor.
We have a motion for approval by our Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second for our Commissioners Nelson. With that, any questions or comments regarding the ordinance? Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners raised their right hand in approval of this ordinance. Madam Clerk.
An ordinance to abandon and close a portion of an unopened street in Block 82 running from Columbus Street to Garlington Avenue, to abandon and close a portion of an unopened alley in Block 82 running from Columbus Street to Garlington Avenue, to authorize quitclaim deeds with city retaining easement, to establish an effective date, to repeal conflicting ordinances, and for other purposes. By adopting this ordinance, the City Commission will approve abandonment and closure of Gary Street while retaining appropriate easements and issuance of quitclaim deeds to the abutting property owner. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commission, you've heard the ordinance read by our city's clerk. What is your pleasure?
Move for approval, Mr. Mayor.
We have a motion for approval by our Commissioner Simmons. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by our Commissioner Tompkins. Any questions or comments regarding this ordinance? Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have raised their right hand in approval of this ordinance. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, an ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances of the City of Waycross, Georgia, to amend Chapter 30, Parks and Recreation, Article 3, Park and Public Facilities naming, by adding a new section 30-61 pertaining to the naming or renaming of a city park, Newtown Community Park, to J.B. Merritt Newtown Community Park, to provide for an effective date and for other purposes. By adopting this ordinance, the City Commission will approve the renaming of Newtown Community Park to J.B. Merritt Newtown Community Park with an effective date of October 5th, 2026. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commission, you have heard the ordinance read by our city's clerk. What is your pleasure?
Offer motion to approve.
We have a motion from Commissioner Sanders to approve the new naming of the park. Is there a second?
I'll second, Mr. Mayor.
And there's a second from our Mayor Pro Tem. Any questions or comments regarding this? District 1? District 2?
No, sir.
District 3?
No, sir.
District 4?
No, sir.
And District 5?
No, sir.
With that, we move into voting. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have agreed to change the name of the park to J.B. Merritt Newtown Community Park. At this time, Madam Clerk, do we have anything else?
Mr. Mayor, the first resolution, a resolution of the City of Waycross, Georgia, to award bid contract to Sunbelt Termite and Pest Control for fiscal year 2027 annual pest control service and for other purposes. By adopting this resolution, the City Commission will approve the contract for annual pest control service for FY 2027 to be approved by Sunbelt Termite and Pest Control of Alma, Georgia, with an estimated annual cost of $2,370 to begin July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. Said cost will be paid from the general fund. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commission, you've heard the resolution read by our city's clerk regarding the pest control, the Sunbelt Termite and Pest Control for $2,370 beginning July 1 through June the 30th for fiscal year 2027. What is your pleasure?
Move for approval.
We have a motion for approval by our Commissioner Tompkins.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
We have a second by our Mayor Pro Tem. Any comments or questions concerning this resolution? Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have agreed to this resolution, and it passes. Madam Clerk.
A resolution of the City of Waycross, Georgia, to approve the entry of an employment agreement for the city attorney upon the terms and condition attached hereto, the same setting salary and all other terms of employment and for other purposes. By adopting this resolution, the City Commission will approve entry into an agreement with Cheslin M. Green for city attorney at a fixed salary of $105,000 per annum with an employment agreement term of 3 years from June 3rd, 2026 to June 3rd, 2029. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, you have heard the resolution read by our city's clerk regarding our city attorney's salary and contract. What is your pleasure?
Offer motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve by our Commissioner Sanders. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by our Commissioner Nelson. Any questions or comments concerning this resolution? District 1? District 2?
No, sir.
District 3?
No, sir.
District 4?
No, sir.
Or District 5?
Sir.
Hearing none, we move into voting. All in favor, raise your right hand. Let the record show that all 5 commissioners have agreed to this resolution regarding our city's attorney. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, a resolution of the City of Waycross, Georgia to award bid contract to Boswell Oil for fiscal year 2027, annual oil and lubricant service, and for other purposes. By adopting this resolution, the City Commission will approve the contract for annual oil and lubricant services for FY 2027 to be provided by Boswell Oil of Waycross, Georgia, cost to be paid from the general fund. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioner, you have heard the resolution read by our city's clerk regarding the bid contract to Boswell Oil for fiscal year 2027. What is your pleasure?
Move for approval, Mr. Mayor.
We have a motion for approval by our Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by our Commissioner Sanders. Any questions, comments, or anything concerning this resolution? District 1? District 2?
No, sir.
District 3?
No, sir.
District 4?
No, sir.
And District 5?
No, sir.
Hearing none, we'll move into voting. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. This resolution passes. With that, do we have an executive
We
session?
do not, Mr. Mayor.
Without an executive session, we'll move into our last call, and we'll start with our District 1.
Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Appreciate everyone's hard work. I would just like to say also, sorry, I'd like to send my sympathy to the Johnson family that they lost their loved one. And everyone have a good night. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. District 2.
And I would also like to thank everyone for taking time to come out tonight. We appreciate your presence. And to the recipients of the Kennedy L. Sanders Award, I salute you for your unselfish efforts to help someone maybe in need or less needy or whatever. Matthews, in the book of Matthews, it says one thing, but he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. So I applaud you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And District 3.
I was going to say the same thing Commissioner Simmons said, but he beat me to it. But I would like to send my condolences out to the Hines family. We lost Marcia Hines in a tragic accident over the weekend. She was a beloved citizen. She was a Eastern Star Angel Mom, and she contributed a lot to our community. So we will miss her as well. Thank you.
I want to thank all the recipients for the hard work you do. It's sometimes I think a thankless job that you do because it's not in the limelight. You're not getting a lot of publicity, but truly, like everyone else has said, thank you for your sacrifice, your service, because you don't have to do it. You do it because you want to do it. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Commissioner. And District 5.
Always the last one. I'm going to sound redundant, but my condolences as well to all of the family members who's lost someone unexpectedly as well. And the Kennedy L. Sanders Awards, I am truly thankful to my friend here for leading his group. He loves this community. He came home to help us. And all those others, especially Coach Garrison, he's gone now, but Coach Garrison pours his heart out for those kids out there at that academy, and he does a great job. And Rebuild together as well. Thank you for what you do. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. To all of you who have come tonight, thank you so very much for sharing with us in this time that we have opportunity to actually do the business of the city of Waycross. This is not a very easy task all the time, but it's one of those tasks that is sometimes one of the thankless jobs that you can do, but at the same time, it gives us great pleasure to thank those who do the work in the community. So we do look to you and thank you so much for the time, the attention, and all of the work that has been done, not only by our city manager, city attorney, and city's clerks, but we also thank these commissioners who are doing a tremendous job, as well as all staff members who do a phenomenal job on a daily basis, putting up with a good number of incidences, accidents, and those kinds of things that have to come to pass. So we really are just grateful for what we have here. And I'm just very grateful to sit in this seat these many years to think that, hey, when I look out, this city is better than it has been. And we're growing, we're becoming what we need to become. And we have to look forward to that. And to those who've come in tonight, thank you so very much. Again, to our press for keeping information out there for us. It is good to have knowledge about what's happening in our community. And for these great people who we celebrated today with the Kennedy L. Sanders Outstanding Achievement Awards, thank you so very much for giving, doing, and becoming what we need to have as examples that give us the light to look to in order to go forward from this time forward. And the Bible says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So with that, we close this meeting with an adjournment thought. Continue to keep the light burning and let others see the path as you go forward. And we thank you again for being present. And with that, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move, Mr. Mayor.
We have a motion for adjournment from our Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from our Commissioner Nelson. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. God bless and have a good evening.